Okay, let's start working with this tutorial. It's a little bit more complicated than the one before. Let's see if I finish it in 15 minutes. The few tools that we are going to use here is the circles, the fillets for getting these angles. Then we will use the trim command. Obviously, we're going to use offset to set our grid to find the center points of our circles. Then we can put center lines, and the template that we used in this exercise is tutorial IMFG. Again, this is an inches exercise, so let's see how we go about this exercise. Okay, starting with I will start placing the grid where I try to find the center of these circles. So I'm going to make sure I'm on my model top layer. Start with a line which is 4.95. Enter. So I found the center for one of the circles right there. Then the second one, and I'm going up 2.48. Enter. Then from here I will be going this direction. Now this is just the grid that I'm working, okay, which I will be deleting these lines later on. I'm going to offset this 1.13 in this direction, so I find a circle right there, but at the same time I have to offset this line 3.06 to the left. So offset 3.06 to the left, and I will take this up. So this is one of the circles. This is my circle number 2, and this is my circle number 1. Now to start with this circle, before I do that, I'm just going to make a line that goes up straight. Okay, now let's start with this circle first. So the center of the circle is right there, and the diameter is 0.68. The circle from there, diameter for D, 0.68. Then I have another circle with a diameter of 1.35. Circle, diameter 1.35. Oh, circle, I have to select the center, I forgot that. Diameter, enter, 1.35. Okay, so I'm done with 2 circles. Then there's a third circle which is right here. I'm going to draw that as well. Circle from the center, which is this, and diameter is 0.45, and circle again from the center, and diameter is 1 because the radius is 0.5. okay, that you see over here. So I have 2 of my circles, and then I will do these ones right here. Now this circle has a diameter of 0.68. okay, so I draw a circle from the center, diameter 0.68. Again, I draw another circle from the same center and radius as 0.68. okay, now I can copy this circle from here, which is 1.13. so I offset 1.13 going this way, and I will copy these 2 circles from the center to the center number 2. Now once I'm done with that, I would just draw lines like we did in the previous exercise and trim the lines that we don't need. Now to trim, TR, enter, select my whole drawing, enter, and I trim one by one all those circles that I don't need, and the rest of the stuff I will just select it and hit delete. So I'm done placing that circle, and it looks exactly like what we have over here. Now the next part is putting in these arcs. So for the arcs, there are a couple ways of doing it. We see which way works the best. So first, I see the radius is 3.78 between this circle and this circle. So I'm going to try to use fillet, F, enter, R, enter, 3.78, enter. Now for that, I'm going to click on this circle and this circle. Okay, so see, it made that arc for me at a radius of 3.78. Now let's try doing it for this one. Now the radius is 5.4. So I'll do fillet, enter, R for radius, enter, and the radius is 5.4, enter. I'm clicking on this circle and that, right? But before I do that, I see there are some lines going down straight, so I forgot to draw that line. So I'll draw that line before I give my fillet. Okay, so now that my line is here, I'll do fillet, enter, R, enter, 5.4, enter. Now first point is this circle and the second point is this line. Now if I do that, that really doesn't work. Okay, so how am I going to work with this? So I have to figure out another way of drawing that circle. Okay, so what I will be doing is using the circle command with TTR, tangent radius, to make this arc as well as this one. So let's see how we work. I go circle, enter. Now I have to give TTR for tangent radius, enter. Now I have to pick the first tangent line, so I'm going to click somewhere on this side of the circle, and the second I'll click somewhere on there. Now it's asking me for a radius. Now the radius, I'm going to put it as 5.4. Okay, so it makes the circle, but it's making it in the different direction. Okay, so now how would I fix it? Again, I do the same command, circle, enter, TTR, enter. So I pick somewhere over here, and instead of picking on the top, I'll pick somewhere down here, and the radius is going to be 5.4, enter. So you see what it did over here? It made a circle with a tangent radius from the top till the bottom, and that's what I needed. So I can go ahead and trim the rest of my circle because I don't need it. Trim. Okay, once that's trimmed, I can delete this. Okay, I think I trimmed the wrong one. To go back, okay, trim, select the whole object, click there and click here. Okay, then I can delete this one. Now I have to make another one with the same radius going from here till here. Okay, I'll just draw that line anyways because later on I have to fillet this part as well. Okay, so I do the same command, which is circle, enter, specify center point. Instead of that, I'm going to type TTR, enter. Now specify the first, I'll give it over here, and specify the second, I will give it on here, and the radius 5.4, it's already there, and I hit enter. Okay, so see what it did there? It even made another circle right there for me. So I'm going to trim that, and trim right there, and that's my circle number 2. Okay, so the last part that's left is basically filleting this radius, which is 0.34. So I go fillet, enter, R, enter, 0.34, enter. I click on that one and this one, then I click on this one and that one. So that finishes pretty much my project. I have to trim that little circle right there, that one and this one. Okay, and I think that should be it. So I hope you followed how this tutorial worked. The most important part that people don't know was the TTR. So how to use the TTR, when to use the TTR, and where to use the TTR in the circle command. It makes life a lot more easier. Okay, so let's delete some of the stuff that we don't need and clean our drawing. Okay, we have that one. I can just extend it. So that's how our objects look like. Now the next thing to do is work with dimensioning. So you can go to the dimension layer and then start putting your dimensions in, starting with linear from the center point to the center point, going down and putting my dimensions from the center point to the center point, put in my dimensions. Okay, so you could go ahead and do your dimensions, not a big deal, just a few clicks on your screen and then you're done with your dimensioning. From the center of this circle to the center of that circle, and there goes my dimension. From the center of there to the center of this one goes that dimension. Okay, you could put in the different radius by going to your dimensions, annotate, dimension, radius, good, radius that, radius this one, radius that one. Then I could go give it for the circles, the diameter 1, 2, 3. Okay, so basically that's what the dimensions are. I could put in my center lines by going to the dimension, hit the center mark. Everywhere we have a circle, we need to have a center mark. Okay, and if I wanted a center line, I could go to my center line layer and even add some center lines. Okay, this would be one of my center lines. Could have it go there, then extend it. I could copy those so I don't have to make it again, from there till here to here to there, and copy this one to the center, to the center. Okay, so I hope you understood this exercise. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. This is your tutor Ali, and I hope you're enjoying these tutorials. please like and share. Thank you.